Yeah, we're glad that it's You're live? What? You're live already? Dude, that was so fast. Okay, all right. I'll just mute. Well, I'll hang up for now, but I'll get the raid saved up and just do my little outro, and then I'll be over in your stream.
Sounds great.
Yay! Okay, bye, Nate.
Oh my gosh, there's a chase right now. It's a semi. Oh my gosh. That is hilarious. I'm gonna show this in a sec when you guys come on.
Stay away. Despite I only have 4 achievements, I feel like
I love that she's saying, stay away from Borderlands. Oh my gosh, she's near my area. Holy cow, this chase is really close to me. Okay. Here. Now you can see a little bit of it. Are they talking?
Really run the risk of putting your officers in front of a vehicle like this.
Oh my gosh, she's so
Yeah, absolutely, right? So that vehicle, that tractor trailer, or that tractor would have no problem pushing a police vehicle out of the way. You know, it's designed to haul a real heavy trailer, so it's going to have plenty of power to push, you know, a single vehicle out of the way without too much problem. But yeah, so we kind of saw it happen where they zoomed ahead, but then they, you know, the vehicle got off the freeway.
That is so funny.
And now we're back on surface streets. A lot of this is now starting to look familiar, Brian. Can you give us a sense of where we are at this point? I'm seeing a lot of familiar street names, Brookhurst, the 91 freeway, things like that, and it just seems like we're going in one giant circle.
It does seem like that. It seems like, and maybe he is familiar with this area. Maybe when he stole this vehicle, his intent was to come down here with it anyways. And so we've gotten to an area where he's familiar with, because a lot of the times these pursuits, when they end up driving in circles like this, it's because they're familiar with the area. So it seemed random at the time, you know, it seemed random as we've been following him, but we're back on Brookhurst. We were on Brookhurst earlier, so this may not be as random as we think. He was here, exactly here, not too long ago. So he is kind of traveling in circles now. We're not exactly sure what he's doing. Looks like he might be getting back on the freeway.
I had the same thought, Brian. You know, perhaps this person is familiar with this area, frequents it, lives in the area. That's why they're so familiar with it. And we've been kind of circling this since we first got over this on the 57 freeway, entering the Orange County area from where this first started in Fontana. Again, the possible kidnapping in progress here and in a possible stolen big rig. That's all according to Fontana police. They believe that the possible kidnapped person is a woman in the passenger seat who called 911 but got disconnected, saying that the driver, we believe to be a man, was not letting them out of the vehicle. And again, we're talking about a situation with a big rig where pit maneuver out of the question, really. A spike strip possible if they could have any sort of pattern and get ahead of this vehicle. But even then, Fontana police saying it's very difficult to even use a spike strip effectively against such a large vehicle with so many tires. And within the last few minutes, we've seen CHP involved here on the freeways. We've also seen Fullerton police jump behind this big rig, this stolen big rig, and as it continues here on the 5 freeway, in what appears to be just a giant circle.
A giant circle. And Brian, you said you've covered a number of these as well. Not as common as just a regular vehicle, but here we are in this situation. We did mention, as Jonathan mentioned, we did see a few CHPs bypass of this vehicle. Still don't know where they're at exactly. We did see that driver exit the freeway, now back on the freeway. So we're just monitoring the situation, but again, there's no real game plan here that we know of.
So there is a person in there.
So we're back on the 5 North now, and we're now in an area that we haven't been. This is not a spot that we've been to before in this pursuit. He's picking up speeds a little bit as he's now
Okay, let me see.
freeway, and it seems like there's not much traffic. We're kind of hitting the 60-mile-per-hour mark, which is about as fast as we've seen him go during this
Let me
pursuit.
check my mic, thank you.
But yeah,
Properties.
he's kind of staying over to the right side
Okay.
of the freeway there, in the
Okay.
like number 4, number 5, and then
Is that
getting off in and out of
power?
Center Drive. We saw him on
So he's right by where I bought my Tesla, you guys. He's getting an offer to put my Tesla car. But yeah, he has a hostage with him, and he's not letting her go. There's a woman in the passenger seat. Yep, this is where I bought my Tesla. There's a okay. Well, if he went the other way, if he turned right instead of left, he would have went by my Tesla dealership. But, anyway, yeah, let me see what's going on with the mic. Let me see. Hello. Hello.
Get out of their way
Okay,
as they were trying to maneuver to get onto that, to make that right turn there.
Okay, hold on.
This driver made note that the further north they go on
Where's my
freeway,
video?
they're going to hit a lot more traffic, especially once the 5 enters
Broadcast.
Allen
Okay,
County.
let's see.
They may know that, obviously the 5 freeway a little bit emptier at this hour in the Orange County area. They seem to be trying to stay away from as much traffic as possible. That's why we see this person go on the wrong side of the road at some points, and obviously stick to freeways that are much more open. But yeah, it doesn't seem to be a game plan at all. Is to make yet another right turn, and the circle continues.
Yeah, he's just kind of going in the same area, kind of doing circles. I'm looking out my window right now, the 5 north, and yeah, it's not particularly light traffic. There's plenty of cars on both the northbound and southbound sides. So yeah, and the closer he gets to LA, the more populated it's going to get. So he may be staying off the...
Okay, did that fix it? Uh-oh, what's happening? What's happening? Oh, whoa. Oh, wow. Did you guys see that?
With the Bearcat.
Dang.
All right, and this is a narrow street, so again, you see a bunch of vehicles here as well.
This is a very dangerous situation that we're seeing speeds pick up. We want to let our viewers know the 11 o'clock. Sorry, we're trying to get everything together here. The 11 o'clock is started early here. We've been over a chase out of the Fontana area now in Orange County. It is a big rig, a possible stolen big rig that we've been following, and a possible kidnapping. We understand there is a potential woman in the passenger seat. We've seen a person reach out to people on the street, and in the last few seconds, we've seen that Bearcat there, a SWAT vehicle, trying to meet its match, trying to it. And we want to get back up to our Brian Andrews. This is quite the development here.
Yeah, this is pretty aggressive and pretty wild. This is something I have not seen very often at all, is using a Bearcat to try and hit a larger vehicle like this. But that's what they need, that Bearcat. That's okay, so we're going to, I might drop the shot here. He's kind of driving unpredictably, so I'm going to try and keep the shot here, but it's going to be a little bit tough. All right, we got it. Yeah, so that Bearcat, that's a heavy vehicle, and what they're going to do is they're going to use that heavy vehicle to try and pit that heavy tractor, because the normal patrol vehicles, they don't have the armor and the ability to do that. It did look like he rammed the side of that truck, and there might have been fuel spilling out, because he rammed it kind of right where those big silver gas fuel tanks are. And he rammed it pretty aggressively, but this is definitely a very interesting situation. I'm not exactly sure.
This is so weird.
Municipality that Bearcat is with. It just looks like it says police on it. I'm not sure if it's Fullerton. I'm not sure if it is CHP or Fontana. I'm not sure who it is. I would guess Fullerton, since right now Fullerton is the lead in this pursuit. But yeah, it looks like they're saying, all right, enough is enough. We're going to end this on our terms. And okay, there you go, driving on the wrong side. He cut that corner. It looks like there might be fuel coming out of that. It looks like there might be fuel coming out of that left side. So you can see there is some damage to that left side fuel tank there, right in the center of the screen.
Check.
That's a fuel tank. He's been crunched a little bit there. So he may be leaking diesel fuel as he's
Test, 1, 2, 3, test. How is this working? Test, 1, 2, 3, test. How is this working?
I'm not sure if you noticed that at one point before this maneuver was attempted, this person threw something out residential area.
I unplugged my headphones. I don't know if that helped. Okay. Dang, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm so sorry. Okay, it's working now. Is it working now? Oh, I missed it. I missed what happened. Shoot, I missed what happened. Oh my gosh. Can you hear me? Is it good now?
Oh boy.
It looks like we lost Brian's shot there. It looks like officers here have finally pinned in this big rig. We have the person in the passenger seat, who Fontana believes may be a kidnapping victim here, with their hands raised. We've seen that person interact with people on the street. We can only assume begging for help. We understand that person, when you see his hands are raised, had called 911 saying that the driver of the big rig would not let them out of the big rig. So you see how quickly that person was to give up.
All right, we see the driver finally getting out.
Opening their door. We're hopeful this comes to a peaceful end. We've seen the driver open the door before, Brian, and refuse to get out.
Yeah, we have. So right now, those vehicles that have been pinned in, those are likely Fontana SWAT, Fullerton SWAT officers. So you can see those guys, they're not in the normal uniforms, they've got body armor, they've got helmets on. There's the driver out of the vehicle, hands up. He's just come out. The passenger looks like they're still in the vehicle. That driver is lifting.
Okay. How's that? No, I hear it. It's like hissing. Dang it. What is wrong? And I can hear myself yelling. I know it's still the wrong mic. I don't know what I did. Let me see. Let me try that one.
We know that those officers are going to be giving that passenger commands.
Okay, hello?
Get out, get on the ground.
No.
Right now,
Oh, maybe. Is that fixed? Okay.
Taking their time, there's no rush. They don't need to hurry through this. The tractor is
What the heck? Sorry, guys. I am so sorry.
take their time, make sure they can do this safely, and
But we gotta watch a fun
Wild
chase.
pursuit. We see canine.
Okay.
We see a lot of activity. If you
Hi.
can, Brian, just tell us whereabouts we're at. I know we're on Beach
Okay.
Boulevard and
It still sounds
Street.
kind of timmy,
Traffic
though.
around that area looks
Oh, no.
pretty congested as we're seeing this passenger still on
Okay,
that,
well,
a big
there we go.
rig.
Okay.
yeah. So
What I want to do
we're
real
on,
quick,
we're not on Beach Boulevard.
I want to go to. I want to go to another live stream. Oh, never mind. Okay.
While they get this under control.
I want to rewind it so I could see what happened, because this won't let me rewind it. Okay, I'm gonna mute my Mac. Okay, there we go. Okay. Mac is muted. Okay. Okay, so that's the one we're watching now.
Before they figure out exactly,
This is the chase we're watching. Ooh, get him. Get him, fellas. Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can... Yes, this one I can rewind. Okay. Sorry, okay. Let's rewind and see what happened here. And they don't have any talking on this one.
Make sure that
Oh, they do have talking. Okay. Let's see.
which municipality that Bearcat
Okay. Yeah, this is really, really close to my area, you guys. This is crazy. It's Chase. Oh, dang it. Okay. Ah, okay. Here we go. I think this is where they did it. Okay.
Yeah, I've definitely never seen
There
this.
we go.
I've never seen a
Okay.
bearcat get involved in a pursuit like this. Okay, this is interesting.
I wonder if he ran out of
Looks like
gas.
That bearcat's moving in.
Since he was leaking
He's
gas.
gonna try and stop him. So that bearcat is armored.
Oh yeah,
It's
look
got
at, see the
bulletproof
gas
everything.
tank
It's
is
got a
all
turret on
in,
the top. So
is all
these are,
crumpled.
undercover vehicles.
That's
These are not
crazy.
civilians. These are undercover officers, probably from Fontana. They pinned him in. The passenger looks like they have.
Uh-oh. What happened? Oh, come on. Really? Anyway. Point is, the chase is over. Yeah. Yeah. Here I can, yeah. Do you guys still want to see it? I can go back to it if you want. But yeah. It looks like it's over now. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Holy cow. I had no idea how or why that happened. I'm glad we got it fixed, or I got it fixed. With all your help. Thanks so much for all your helps. That was very, very helpful, you guys. I just want to see, I wonder, okay, what did I change it to? Because then I want to see if I need to wave 3 line. Okay. So I might have to change it on here so I can have all my other stuff happen. Okay, yeah, that one. Okay. Yeah, that was nuts. But yeah, if you guys want to keep watching the chase, I could put it back on. That's not a problem. It's just the silly tab messed up. So here. I had so many. Ooh. And he's dropping things. Don't mind him. Okay. Go back on to YouTube. Okay, here's the breaking news.
Ram it like this just makes me think they were undercover. They
Yeah, so here,
behind
so this is
the
all my
suspect.
area right here, guys. Like, this is like the freeways I take, the 91.
Continues to follow.
It's
You're right.
crazy.
And just their
But anyway,
strategy
okay,
of
so here,
trying
so
to
let's
figure
go
out how
ahead.
you pull this vehicle over. Again, we do have Bruce Thomas on the line as well. Bruce, we are seeing the CHP
I don't know why it's doing
possibly
this. This
getting
is
engaged
weird.
in
I
this.
don't
At
know
least
why
we
it won't
see
go
more
full screen.
activity with the CHP, but now it looks
That is
like
really
this
weird.
driver is going
See,
to be
and now it's
taking
doing this again.
the Brookhurst Road
That is so
exit
weird.
from the 91 East. I don't know how they end up the jockeying between the agencies, Bruce. What do you think the CHP, they're watching?
Oh. Okay. If this messes up again, I won't put it. Okay. Here, let's exit. Let's reload.
To steal and
Okay, there
then
we go.
try to lead police on a pursuit, because this does not.
So it started
Traffic
over.
behind. It could pop residential area now. This is really frightening. You know, you got a lot of vehicles out here. You've got kids that
Oh,
could be out
see, yeah,
playing.
that's when they
We don't see
pushed
high
the
rates of speed,
gas
but
tank.
you know, you can't just hit the brakes on that the semi-tractor.
I'll try to
and
make it as
expect
big
to
as
stop real quick.
possible.
Here might be a pit maneuver. I really believe they're thinking about it. They just need an area
Since I
that is
can't go
safe,
full screen
and
for
then
some
that
reason.
semi-tractor to make a turn at a slow enough
anyway,
rate of
okay.
speed where they can hit it from behind and get that spot. This is a
Okay.
caper. I'm sure they were on way back in front. Going to push him into that.
Okay, here we go. We'll watch it from here.
Bruce. We're going to interrupt you and go back to Scott.
Though. Oh, they pinned him in. That's an undercover vehicle. They're out of their cars. Their guns are going to be drawn. They have him pinned somewhat, but with a semi-tractor like that, if he puts it in reverse, he'll just push those vehicles behind him away. But right now they've got him surrounded, The Bearcat pulled in front just moments ago. We're at Franklin and Beach Street in the Anaheim area, and at least for now what we have is a standoff, and we haven't seen the suspects try and drive that vehicle ever since the Bearcat pulled in front. But you see the undercover vehicles. There's 3 of them there. There's more. But you see the undercover vehicles. There's 3 of them there. There's more Fontana PD. This is a caper I'm sure they were on way back in Fontana. They know who this individual is. They're not going to let him get away. They're not going to let him make a run for it. I have, suspect that this is a hardened criminal. They've been following and they want, and they're going to take him into custody. And right now we just have a standoff. But look at all the Fontana PD officers. And he's getting out. It looks like the door is open right now. It's a critical moment.
Scott, you may not be able to see it, but the passenger is also out, hands up.
Right.
So that person on the other side is out right now, and then now they're trying to get to the driver.
Yeah, this is a critical moment right now. When the driver gets out, they don't know what they're dealing with, but if this driver makes a sudden move, they have guns drawn on this individual. And right now it looks like he is cooperating with their commands. He's probably going to back up, maybe open his shirt up or pull it up to make sure there's nothing in his waistband. But more than likely he'll be down on the ground here in a moment. And at this point in time, we don't know what they think about the passenger, if that's a suspect or if that is someone, as we mentioned, may have been held against their will. That will depend on how they treat that individual, but they have to get that person
let me see if I can fix that real quick.
And now you can see they're moving on to the passenger, and the passenger does not appear to be an individual that was held against their power or kidnapped and wants to give themselves up. It looks like they're actually not obeying the commands of officers right now. They have their guns drawn on that individual. This is a scary moment. Be careful here, Josh. If they have to open fire, which they look pretty intense right now, and it doesn't look like the passenger is just willingly giving themselves up.
Yeah, but we did see that passenger open the door right away once that tractor was surrounded and pinned. That door opened, those 2 hands came up, so they have been right there. So we're not quite sure because we obviously don't have ears on the ground to see if that person is not doing the commands. But again, they are very careful, and you can see what a powerful show of force because you see so many of the undercover cars that were involved. Because
when this is done,
we just thought maybe there was 1 or 2, but to see so many swarm right into this location, really unbelievable.
Well, at that spot where they aggressively slammed into the side, it almost looked as if there was an undercover SUV in that parking lot because they actually ran into that. But this is an interesting thing because he's got something in his hand.
Right.
I'm gonna turn it up a little bit.
And he's not letting that go. So they can actually, it seems to me, have cleared the cab of a 3rd person. It seems as if that is also something they needed to make sure they did. So now you've got this 1 person, and they're not going to get on the other side because you don't want to put officers in the line of fire. So now here he comes, and he's putting whatever that is on the ground. That might be what he picked up off of the roof of that vehicle.
I'm not quite sure, but we'll obviously keep looking at that video. But you can see now this person is certainly obeying the commands. When you have that many guns drawn at you, I think you're going to do exactly what you're told and not put up a fight. But we saw them, these suspects get very close to law enforcement. And then, in a second, we're going to see them push right in and put them right on the ground there.
Well, what was also very interesting to me, when you try to put yourself in the mind of these 2 people, when that SWAT vehicle pulled around in front and that officer had rifle trained right through that front windshield in the direction at them, that pretty much changed everything. Because if you notice that SWAT right out of the top hatch, there was an officer right there, and he had his weapon pointed straight through the front windshield. So that's going to change your demeanor very quickly. And it looked like that's what that's what ended this.
Very dramatic.
Without further incident.
Absolutely. We have been watching this pursuit, and I don't want to not kind of discuss the one moment when you saw that Bearcat ram the tractor at the very beginning when we saw the Bearcat being introduced to part of this pursuit. There was somebody inside that it looked like it was a large black SUV, and they were parked there. They didn't even see it coming. I was thinking they certainly weren't in park, or maybe that car wouldn't have
I unplugged my mic.
Forward. So we'll certainly find out how that car is doing, but I don't think they suffered any injuries by. But they had to be so startled. It just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was the vehicle. If we have that video, I wasn't positive, but that was the vehicle that I thought, because look at how many undercover officers are here.
Yes.
So I just didn't know if maybe that black SUV was also another undercover officer. Maybe it was not. You're right. It could have been. This is right. So this person grabbed something off the roof there.
Looked like a little
and then here's where the impact is coming, and they just slammed into that vehicle, which made me think maybe. But you're right, it could have just been a person sitting there.
Yeah, because it had like such
and they didn't
nice
pursue.
chromes, and they
They didn't pursue. So
yeah, but very interesting. You can see right there. What a shock for that one poor innocent driver right there. You're just parked there. I don't know if it's a car service. You just don't know. But again, very interesting. I think it sort of took our breath away when we saw the Bearcat get involved inside this pursuit. But again, you can see the live images from Air 7 right there. It looks like they have cleared that cab. They are obviously taking a much different stance now.
And we should just maybe let everybody know as we wrap this up, that's Franklin and Beach in Buena Park. I believe that is the intersection. So this is going to probably be a bit of an investigation here going on. Actually, am I correct on that intersection there, Scott? Or am I looking at, it does, okay.
Yeah.
Franklin and Beach.
Beach Boulevard, Franklin.
Okay. All right, Scott.
But one thing, they wanted these guys. I think these were hardened criminals. I think they felt like if they got away, they were going to be a menace to society. They were going to hurt somebody, because to see a pursuit like this, it was bizarre. For Fontana to be PD, to be here in Fullerton, and to chase this like this, and to ram it like this, just makes me think they were undercover. They wanted to get some people who were really bad people into custody, because they did believe they would hurt someone else if they got away. That's the kind of action you see when they believe that.
Turn myself up.
Minor traffic violation, they'll just back off. But boy, they wanted these two guys. They got them, and it was bizarre the way they rammed it with that Bearcat. I haven't seen that before.
Okay, sorry guys. I'm getting a feedback. Okay, let me try switching mics again. Okay. Okay. Well, that's done. Oh my gosh, you guys, okay. I don't know what is wrong. That is such a bummer. I don't know. Let me turn down. Turn it down. Let me turn down. Turn it down. Turn it down. Turn it down. Turn it down. Now I'm like, somewhere it's picking me up twice. That's the problem. Wait, is there? I don't think anybody's here. Is anybody watching still? So if not, I'm just gonna restart the stream. If you're here, say something. If you're not here, raise your hand. So I think I'm just gonna restart the stream. Okay, default view. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, it still sounds like that. Okay. I'm gonna reboot the stream. Sorry guys. Sorry guys. I'm gonna end the stream now.